When you accomplish something, naturally, you want to be rewarded for it. So I better get a round of applause if I ever shit my pants in public. Let's talk about rewards in video games. Sometimes they're known as collectables. Other time they're known as the whole point of playing, because why would you just go from level to level to level if you're not getting anything out of it? What, you just want to play the game for fun? What is wrong with you? Let's start off with an easy example. Mario Kart. When you beat a cup, you unlock something, naturally, right? You just got first place on the special cup. Congratulations, here's a baby. That also continues in Mario Kart World. Each time you beat a cup, you unlock kind of a character that you were racing against, like Bowser Jr. or Donkey Kong. So naturally, when you beat the special cup... What the fuck is this? No, we're not talking about the rewards you get. I'm gonna talk about the rewards you don't fucking get. You mean to tell me I played all the way up till here and your grand reveal, grand finale, jamboree is nothing? It's like you hate me! What are some other examples where your hard work goes unappreciated? Fuck you, daddy.
Something that's always rubbed me the wrong way, even when I was a kid, would be whenever you would beat a game and nothing would happen. In fact, they would make you have to turn the game off if you wanted to keep playing. You go back into it, well, it's where you last saved. You beat the boss? No, you didn't. Oh, what's this? There's a little star next to my profile? That's great. How come it still says I have to beat Ganon? I crushed the fuck out of that bitch.
One of the most notorious examples of 100% completion is in the 3D Mario series. They all kind of suck. Yes, it's iconic. Oh, you got 120 stars. You fly up to the top of the castle and there's Yoshi. Who gives a shit? Mario Sunshine, you get to change your outfit and it adds a tint on the screen. Why? Here's my favorite one. Mario Galaxy. You collect all 120 stars. Now you get to play as Luigi. So now you're playing as Luigi and you collect all 120 stars. And now you get to replay the very first level. I guess what else would they give you? What, you expected to play as Wario? I really enjoy the whole idea of like the final level. Like in Mario Galaxy 2, they give you Champions Road, and they do it again in Mario 3D World. It's kind of one of those things where it's like, you played all the other ones, here's one last test. I really like what they do in Rayman Legends, where they give you this really hard remixed version of Land of the Living Dead. It is interesting, to say the least. Here's one I've never really liked, Pokemon. Your whole goal of Pokemon is, of course, to be the champion. But your kind of secondary, like, if you're that big of a loser goal, is to collect all the Pokemon. What happens when you collect all the Pokemon? In the early games, they give you a certificate. They might as well just give you a middle finger. But in the later games, they give you something that's kind of worthwhile, the Shiny Charm, which increases your chances of finding a shiny Pokemon. Now, of course, if you've already collected every single Pokemon in a game, why would you keep playing? Unless it's to, I guess, find shiny Pokemon? You're just never, ever getting a break from playing Pokemon. There are quite a few games where you would expect to be congratulated by reaching a milestone, and you're kind of not. For as dumb as it sounds, your reward for unlocking every single character in Super Smash Bros. Melee is unlocking Mr. Game & Watch. It's weird because you technically haven't unlocked every single character, and by unlocking him and unlocking every single character, you don't get anything for it. What? At what point do you stop, right? Because every time you hit a milestone, you unlock something for it. But clearly, you can't get another milestone by unlocking the thing that you got a milestone for, or else it's a never-ending cycle. So at some point, enough needs to be enough. Clearly, I don't play mobile games. It is mind-numbing how many times you will start a new mobile game and you will literally connect two dots and they will give you the moon, the sun, and everything in between. They will load you up on, you got 500 rubies and all these gems, and you're thinking to yourself, oh wow, I'm doing really good. And then they're gone in a second, and they expect you to pay money for more. If that is not the biggest just scam in the world, I don't know what is. How about rewards for leveling up, right? In Pokemon, your reward for leveling up to a certain amount usually is your Pokemon evolves. Great. Much like in traditional RPGs, you learn new moves, your stats increase. You kind of are like, all right, I'm getting stronger. Yeah, but would you be able to know if they didn't just show you on the screen? I think the best use of giving you a reward for leveling up, bear with me, is in Miitopia. Because Miitopia has two different versions of leveling up. Now, of course, there's your character, right? Your character levels up and it gets stronger, learns new moves and things like that. But then there's also your affinity with other people. That levels up, and each time it does so, you learn new moves, sort of moves, and new things that you guys can do, ways to bond and do shit in battle. It's, honestly, it makes you just want to say, all right, I'll sleep with you again. No more one-night stands for this guy. I mentioned earlier about games where you go level to level to level. You see that a lot in puzzle games too, right? We'll say a game like the Picross series. It's just one stage after the other after the other. What do you get for beating them? I guess the next level, but you're not really unlocking anything. I brought it up in a previous video, but again, Professor Layton. Your reward for solving a puzzle is you get to continue the story. So your reward for playing the game is you get to experience the story. I guess that would be kind of the same thing with Phoenix Wright, Danganronpa, visual novels, right? You beat the game portion, you get to see what happens next. But then you have something like 2D Mario, where your reward for beating the stage is just the next stage. But I like it. I like stages. I like Mario. I love them. But let's talk about the worst reward, the worst collectible, the most, this is nothing. In fact, this is worse than nothing because it's something. And this something sucks. I complained about Mario Kart World not giving me anything when I beat the special cup. Now sure, if you beat every other cup, then you get the option to unlock mirror mode. Woo! But what's even more appalling than that are the fucking stickers. What is this? What? Why? What? So how do you get a sticker? 3 things. They're the only 3 things. The peace switches, the question marks, and the peach medallions. They're 3 different fucking things. They all give you stickers. What do you do with your stickers? You can select one and it goes by your name if you play online. Who cares? It kind of reminds me of Spirits in Smash Ultimate, except, at least with Spirits, there's a mode you can use them. And it can be kind of a fun time waster if you want to battle the spirits. It's kind of interesting. But at the end of the day, they're just fucking PNGs. I don't care. How about sports games? What's your reward for making it to the championship game? Nothing. No, like seriously. You just took your team to the Super Bowl. Cool. You want to play again? You don't get shit out of it. Why even? Congratulations, you've now reached the end of this video. As a reward, you just wasted, what, 10 minutes, 13 minutes of your life? But I'm gonna do a quick little dance for you, so it'll all be worth it. Ready?